The camera fades in on a wide, dusty road in Lesotho. Children laugh in the background, a soccer ball bouncing across red earth. For years, this has been one of Prince Harry's proudest legacies. Not just a royal visit, not just a cause, but a charity he helped build from the ground up. Sentabale, a word that means forget-me-not. But this year, it's the name of a royal chapter ending with quiet conflict. Before we begin, there's something I need to say. Many of you have been following these royal stories closely, but most haven't subscribed. If you're one of them, take a moment now, subscribe to Crownverse, and make sure you never miss a single moment from the hidden world of the monarchy. It was meant to be a passion project. In 2006, Prince Harry co-founded Sentabale alongside Prince Seeiso of Lesotho to support children affected by HIV and AIDS across southern Africa. It was deeply personal. Harry had visited Lesotho years earlier. He'd seen the effects of poverty and stigma firsthand. And in founding Sentabale, he channeled grief for his mother into tangible action. Diana, Princess of Wales, had devoted much of her final years to HIV awareness. In many ways, Sentabale was a continuation of that legacy, a royal mission rooted in compassion. For more than a decade, Sentabale grew in visibility and credibility. Its programs expanded to Botswana and beyond. It built youth clubs, funded mental health support, and trained healthcare workers. And while Harry's role evolved from active co-founder to more symbolic ambassador, he remained closely identified with the charity's image. That's what made the news in early 2025 so striking. Without fanfare, Prince Harry stepped down from Sentabale. The announcement came through formal channels, a brief note. Gratitude expressed, no conflict acknowledged. But behind the polished language was a deeper story, one of internal tension, staff complaints, and a charity caught in the crosshairs of modern scrutiny. Reports began surfacing that several former Sentabale staff had filed formal complaints. Their grievances weren't about the cause, or even necessarily about Prince Harry himself, but about the charity's leadership culture. Some spoke of an environment where concerns weren't heard. Others cited blurred boundaries between celebrity, governance, and accountability. It wasn't a public scandal. There were no viral headlines, but in the charity world, these kinds of concerns matter deeply. The UK Charity Commission conducted a quiet review. According to public records, they found no evidence of widespread abuse or financial misconduct, but they did express concern over how internal disputes had escalated and how little was done to resolve them before they became formal complaints. Their language was careful but pointed. Institutions, especially those linked to high-profile figures, must hold themselves to high standards of transparency. What followed was a period of silence. Neither Sentabale nor Harry commented further. Prince Seeiso maintained his role. Programs continued, but the tone had shifted. What had once been a bright symbol of royal philanthropy was now under a shadow, not of wrongdoing, but of disillusionment. And that shadow reflects a larger question. What happens when modern charity meets royal legacy? For Prince Harry, Sentabale was never just a foundation. It was his connection to a part of the world where he felt free, unguarded, and human. Long before his marriage to Meghan Markle, long before his departure from the royal family, Sentabale offered him purpose. In interviews, he spoke about the children he'd met, the communities he'd visited. He laughed with them, cried with them, returned year after year. That emotional bond makes his quiet exit feel significant. Officially, he remains supportive. He has not disavowed the charity, but there is no current indication that he will return to a formal role. And for observers of royal philanthropy, this moment signals more than just one man stepping down. It speaks to the complexities of leadership, celebrity, and public trust in a time where scrutiny is constant. Unlike older royal foundations built in eras of limited media and unquestioned authority, today's charitable landscape demands transparency. Internal politics, staffing concerns, and leadership accountability are no longer private matters. And even for a figure as globally recognized as Prince Harry, the rules still apply. It's also worth noting the timing. Prince Harry's departure from Sentebale came as other aspects of his public image were shifting. In the wake of his memoir, public opinion has fluctuated. Some see him as a truth-teller, others as a disruptor. But in the charity world, reputational risk is measured differently. Organizations survive on public trust. Even quiet controversies, even unconfirmed concerns can threaten their work. And for Sentebale, protecting its mission may have required a symbolic reset. This is not to suggest wrongdoing on Harry's part. There are no reports of direct misconduct. But leadership is more than intention. It's about culture, tone, and structure. In stepping aside, Harry may have allowed the charity space to refocus, to place the work above the personality. Prince Seiso remains at the helm. Programs continue, but it's clear that the landscape has changed. The days when royal patronage guaranteed credibility are gone. Today, association comes with responsibility and scrutiny. There is, of course, a larger theme here. Prince Harry's philanthropic work has always been tied to his identity. From the Invictus Games to mental health initiatives, he has built a modern royal profile centered on service. But Sentebale was different. It was rawer, closer to his heart, and so his exit feels more personal and more symbolic. It marks the end of a chapter, not just for the charity, but for the man who once called Lesotho his second home. What remains is the mission and the question of legacy. Will Sentebale thrive without its most visible co-founder? Will future generations remember the cause or the controversy? And for Prince Harry, what comes next? In a world where every move is watched and every association examined, how does a royal, even one who stepped away, balance compassion with accountability? As always, there are no easy answers. But one thing is certain: the landscape of royal charity has changed. The standards are higher, the margin for error smaller, and even the most heartfelt causes must navigate the realities of public trust. Sentebale, for its part, continues its work. In Lesotho, in Botswana, in communities that need it most. Its mission, to support vulnerable children and fight the stigma of HIV, remains as urgent as ever. And perhaps that's the lesson. Institutions must outlive founders. The work must go on, even when the faces change. For Prince Harry, the journey continues elsewhere. But the story of Sentebale and the quiet storm that reshaped it remains a powerful reminder that royal legacy is not immune to the pressures of the present. If you enjoyed this journey into the hidden world of the crown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us here on Crownverse, where royal history lives on.